Let's see how this one works out. Gonna put the Shadow Mage on focus for the first kick. That way you can group them all together, and I'll pop heroism. I'm going to stun them, and I'm going to make sure I get healing out, because the first couple of effects can be very nasty on the group. I'm targeted, so I'm going to move out and dispel. Let's see if I don't fall behind with the interrupts. Well, their damage is really impressive. Okay, this should go very smoothly. 4 million for 3 million and 2.8. I'll take it. See, it's something like that you always like to see as a healer. Because if the damage is a bit low, sometimes the packed AoE effects really take their toll. But like this, that was really nice. Let's interrupt him and bring him into the pack. Whoa, Paladin, do not die. That was a panic and an overlap with 2 defensives. I thought he was going to be cleaning that boat. Face down on the floor. Oh, mistake my interrupt, that's my bad. Double cast on the hunter, so we make sure we babysit him a little bit. Going to pop Spirit Link here just to buy him a little bit more time, especially with the affix spawning. That way you can switch and quickly DPS it down. I've noticed if there's any kicks to happen as well in the affix spawns, sometimes a lot of people will forget to use interrupts. So just using a Spirit Link to buy them a bit more time, just makes your life a little easier. Again, I'm targeted. Move out with a dispel straight away. Saves unnecessary healing. Now, out of these 2 boats, this boat isn't too bad, but the second boat does a nasty bleed on the tank, and it really hurts. Let's see how we manage this. Okay, debuff on the Paladin. Is it going to pop a defensive? Oh, it did just at the last minute. I like it. That was some sexy timing there. This Paladin's getting a bit of a kicking. I know that some of these mobs do hit very hard though, so I'm not surprised. Sham in, Sham in, Sham in. No defensives. Less than half health with babysitting. Very important with the bursting cocoon to make sure you utilise your defences. Let's quickly kill the ad before we click on the barrel, otherwise we're going to get blew up by there. Let's see, we do some funky parkour stuff underneath the boat, up and over. Just be careful when you dispel, make sure your mount lands. Because if you dismount prior to that, there's actually a good chance that you'll fall through the boat. I don't have anything else except 1 defensive for this, which is more than enough, as you just seen. If you don't pop a defensive with that hit, with the bursting cocoon, it can take you quite low. And it's really not worth it. See, it's going to be on the hunter. So initially it'll do a little bit of ticking damage, but he's popped a defensive. Because again, the tank's dead before my cast. Interesting. I'll do a Spirit Link, that way we can just keep each other alive here. And finish off the boat quickly. And we've got the elemental up from the Shaman, so that was rather lovely. As I did say, the second boat does a nasty bleed on a tank. If you do not use your defences properly, you will die to that boat. As we just seen happen firsthand. Let's see how we do this. Because the tanks do take a big hit from this beam. As long as he's topped before it, he should not be dying. After this, as you can see in my weak order, we've got pools. If you're ranged, if you can move to the edge, move to the edge. Okay? You get a few seconds to move before the effects take place, and simply out-heal the damage, or the dot even. Here comes the next dispel. We've got to make sure people are topped up before it gets to 50%. Because if someone still has the absorb effect on them and we're flying away, their health will deteriorate before we get back. So pulls, we're going to move away. It's on me. And it simply means that the melee do not have to move much. And it buys you extra space for the boss effect. The spell on the paladin is 55%, so I've got 5% to get everyone topped fully. Which thankfully wasn't an issue. I'll quickly heal the paladin and then fly off. This part here is not a race. And just fly in and try and interrupt when you can. Again, pulls are going to come out, so I'm making some distance for the melee. It's on me and the hunter. That'll be the next beam. The melee do not have to move. So here comes the dispel. And thankfully with a big totem, like healing type totem, it doesn't need any other healing to make sure it comes off. So pulls in 5. It's going to be the spell first. And we'll move out. You can easily move into a clear space for the next beam coming in. Let's make sure people are topped off on the move. It's going to be the next dispel. I will use a spirit link for this one, just to try and make sure most of them are getting taken care of. The only one I had to heal there was the hunter. No, that was lovely timing. It happened before the tank hit as well. Now where are we going as a tank? Is he going that way? Okay, he's going that way. A lot of tanks like to take straight up the middle, join the packs together, and then head into the cathedral. I'm struggling to speak though, sorry. I wonder where he's going to make percentage up. I'm going to stun him, that way the next shield caster comes out. I think we interrupted. Pleasure's living in another ranged intellect class. Put it on focus and just forget it. Now on an 11 I was expecting the dots that come out to actually do a bit more damage, but it still seems manageable.
Open your mind to the whispers.
Are they going to take the affix before they head in?
Nope.
Nope. But he's popped a lot of defensives. That's some serious overlap there. I wonder if he'll have anything for the mini boss. That's a lot of defensive he's just committed. Dots coming out onto the paladin. As long as you sidestep these little black swirlies. Now be mindful of this effect here. The frontal black edge actually is larger than it appears. And if you're not careful with it, it can easily catch you off guard and almost one-shot you. Or if the keystone is high enough, one-shot you. Debuff's going to be on the Shaman. DPS should be popping defensive for this. Next one's going to be coming out. It's going to be onto the Hunter. So again, we're going to watch him. He's popped a defensive, so that's lovely usage of defensives so far on the DPS. It's a really nice thing to see. Is it going to be 3 for 3? The Paladin's got it. Is it going to pop a defensive? Is it going to pop it? Oh, I thought it was 3 for 3. He was teasing me. This one's coming back out on the Paladin. Maybe he's going for round 2. He's going for round 2. He knew it was going to be coming back onto him. That's what it was.
Embrace who you truly are.
He simply knew stuff that we didn't. So the Hunter. He's got another defensive. As long as you make sure that it's covered with a defensive, it's quite easy. When you see a DPS that doesn't have a defensive, in this case it's coming back out onto the Hunter, you could triage shield him because you know he doesn't have anything left. So he needs a little bit more love.
Instead, you have weakened their command.
Is it going to pull it up and in, or are we going to be fighting on the stairs? We are fighting on the stairs. I do love the fact that in the most recent patch, or reset in this case, they have changed the fact that on the boats, shamans can now use their totems to do damage. Acid Rain was bugged for the longest time, whereas now it seems to be fixed. Which is also true for Necrotic Lake, on the upper platform areas, at the second last and last boss. You used to be doing no damage with your totems. Now you are, so that's a lovely addition. This one here, as soon as we land, is going to be a lot of damage.
There's a lieutenant in my house. Kill it.
So I like to commit a big cooldown for the very first hit, just to let everyone get their bearings. Make sure everyone knows where they're standing. Oh, and the tank did not see the extra ad getting pulled at the back.
Open your mind to the whispers. Embrace who you truly
That was unfortunate. So I've got the dot on me. I'm going to pop a big defensive for this one. It's also coming in at the same time as the AoE. And I don't want to go down and have the rest of us wipe here. This one's going to be on the Shaman. Is he going to pop a defensive? He is going to die. That was a good heal from the Shaman. I'll have to sidestep as quickly as I can, because the dot's going to go on me, and I have no extra defensives for this. So I'll have to make sure that I keep myself topped up during this AoE. This one's on the Hunter, so thankfully I've still got a little bit of mana left to keep him alive. This is unfortunate that it came back onto me and I have no defenses, so I'll have to be really careful here. Now, sacrifice from the Paladins at that point would have been really, really lovely, but it's not always needed.
Weakened the commander and cleansed my home. Thank you.
Just so that they know and wonder where I am.
They've taken the inner
And if I'm nice and quick, I can land before something too much happens. The first couple of hits don't usually do too much. Paladin, don't make me panic. And boy, I love to have my heart racing there. Oh! That was an interesting big one though. So the first dot's going to be on. Oh, he feigned death. Well done, that was good timing. The dot was going to be going into the Hunter. That was a perfect timed dot. Feign death. Beautiful. Let's see how we do this. So we're going to send the Dark Orb straight down the middle. So the first dot's coming onto the Hunter. And he has popped a defensive for it. Thank you very much. So the Dark Orb's going on the Hunter. I'm going to sidestep. Now we watch the Shaman's health here because he has got the dot. And he's going to drop really low when this explosion happens. Because he's still got the dot happening on him at the same time. Next one's going to go on the Paladin. Hopefully he pops a defensive here. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it? Because it's on him as well. He's not going to do it. Okay, so he's going to drop quite low. I'm going to use Spirit Link for this because I don't want the Hunter to die. I shouldn't need it for the next encounter. So we're down a lot of percentage, so hopefully he's going to clear this and let my cooldowns come back. Yeah, he's going to clear the middle. I thought so. He's committed several large cooldowns for this, which buys me some more mana, so I don't mind that in the slightest. Sham has dropped his stun totem, which happens twice, and then I'll use Thunderstorm. That's coming out onto the hunter. That was a really well executed pack. I'll commit my stun straight away as well. I'll let him build up some initial aggro so that the DPS can go nuts on it. Double dot, one on the paladin. I'll do is build the shaman. So I'll have to make sure he doesn't go down here. There we go. The barrier's coming out with the tormenting beam as well, so aim to interrupt that when you can.
Embrace who you truly are.
Now, when people use defensives at this part here, it does make me panic. Because we've got the big boss coming in a second. And he has a lot of nasty mechanics. Some of which actually could benefit using defensives. Excuse me, had hiccups. So where are we going to go for this? Normally the group goes this side, but it doesn't make too much difference. Yeah, he's going to sidestep the orb. And we make sure we're not in the tank's AoE. If we do, it's going to one-shot us and feed us away. Well, feed us if we don't. One-shot us otherwise. So here I'm going to commit some cooldowns to keep people alive. See, the paladin's got defensives for the next one, so that should make it a bit easier. With the ads, you want to bring them close. You see them so that they don't get their casts off. And kill them as quickly as possible. Orbs on me. So make sure that everyone knows where I'm going. And sidestep it.
Embrace who you truly
I'll pop a minor cooldown, so when that comes in and explodes, it does quite a lot of group damage. We move close again for the next AoE, we're going to commit Spirit Link for this. Boss is already at almost at half health, I've got another couple of cooldowns left. We sidestep the orb, and then we move close. It's either going to be the tank AoE or it's going to be the ads spawning. It's the tank AoE, so we step out, and then we move close for the ads. That way they can be AoE'd. Again, we're going to let them get picked up, and we're going to stun them. It's going to be orb, which is on me. We're going to drop it and sidestep, and then immediately move in for the AoE. Here it comes now. I'm going to pop my defensive. I'm going to pop healing type totem as well. This paladin seems to be holding on to all of his defensives. Oh well, now it bubbles. See, that is something you don't want to do. You don't want the damage to go out, panic because you're on low health, and then use a defensive. Defensives are there to reduce the damage, not just for shiny buttons. We're going to watch where the orb's going and we're going to sidestep it. And don't get me wrong, using a defensive is better than not, but you do not want to be wasting the defensives. For this AoE, I'm going to commit my last cooldown, or see if I can try and hold on to it. No, not worth it. Oh, well done with the defensives on that hunter. Let's see if I can quickly get a little bit of drinking. No, not worth it. I'll just do it up on the boat. Try and see if I can get there before the rest of them, so I can start drinking. Now, as a healer and a pug, when it comes to this next boss fight, the AoE happens at the same time as the barrels come out that we have to use on the boss. I like to not, as a healer, I like to not go and pick them up. I prefer to make sure the group is topped up. There's 3 barrels, there is 3 DPS. In my opinion, that's a DPS job. I would rather not have people fall over just because I want to do some parkour. definitely some nice damage on these ads. Here comes the next AoE on 2 people. It's on the tank and on the shaman, so that's lovely for me. Next set of ads coming in. There's going to be some more AoE incoming on 2 players. So we're just going to make sure one's on me, one's on the paladin. Make sure that none of us fall too scared out of roll. See, that's the thing, as a paladin, especially as a DPS, you have a lot of low cooldown
Embrace who you truly are.
abilities, especially defensives, and there's no reason to hold on to them. Unless, you know, a big mechanic's going to be coming out where you need that defensive. But ideally you want to make sure you've got defensives for the really hard hits. Managed to sit down for a quick drink there, which should mean that I can easily top up all the way through this boss fight. Avoid the webs. We're going to have the beam going to the left. And that was wonderful. Then the first AoE is going to get incoming the barrel for spawn. And then my job here is not to get the barrels, but it's to focus on the group's health, whilst avoiding all of the necessary swirly effects. The acid's going to be going to the left. And we avoid the white swirls. The DPS seem to have these barrels well under control anyway. Next AoE is incoming. I'm going to commit another cooldown for it. The line should be going to the right. Oh, that was a lovely, well timed with our hands. Thank you very much. Again, the paladin has popped his defensive after the DPS, the damages come in, which simply means that's a wasted defensive. That's something you do not want to be doing. So again, look for the cathedral, look for the bridge, and then head straight for the last area. That way you're there before the darkness scares you. If all goes well, we've got 9 minutes to do this last fight. There's a few things to watch out for, which is 2 players will be marked with a big white effect, which will do initial damage, and then damage when they pop the webs by running out of it. And then the AoE effect as well. This is where you need your personal defensives. Let's see how this goes. So the line's going to the right, so the person moves out to the right. Something to note, especially if you like raiding as well, because this is the boss that's also on the right. So Paladin and the Hunter are going to take some damage. And then again, when they move out of the effect. I want to avoid the white scores, and then the AoE effect is going to happen. For this one I'm going to use Spirit Link. Here we go. Spirit Link's dropped, so I don't need any more defensives. And it means I've got plenty of defensives for the next AoE incoming. So it's on the Paladin, it's going to the right. Here comes the next AoE on the Paladin and the Hunter. Make sure we pick them up. It's a lovely use of turtle there. Well done, that Hunter. That was absolutely superb. Here comes the next AoE. I'm going to commit Ascendance for this, as well as Ancestral Guidance, which should be more than enough to keep people alive. And then on the last one I'll use Healing Side. It's going to be on the Shaman this time with the Hunter. Now, the Hunter shouldn't have any more cooldowns left, so just make sure we keep him alive. Oh, he does. Stand corrected. Paladin. No! We have 3 battle reses, so we should be able to get him up. And his Healing Tide, he's quite low, so we have to watch his health. There we go, danger averted. Now you can postpone that slightly if you have to get battle rest if you know the AoE is incoming. But we managed. I've got to watch the Hunter's health falling here. And it's going to be going to the left with the poison. 1 more percent to go. I have no defences, so I'm going to pop mine. And I'm going to see if I can keep everyone topped up. Still got plenty of mana. That was lovely. Beautiful for 19 points. And a +2 on an 11. That was really well done.